I've unlocked a secret that will surprise you about someone you trust. You'll gain a hidden power that others crave. And a big reward is just around the corner, but only if you hear this entire message. Archangel Michael says, I stood beside you when the world walked away, but now I am kneeling because you kept skipping my messages. He cries not from weakness, but from the weight of everything you are. Don't skip this. About to find out. This is not a riddle, not a warning, not a myth. This is what someone has confessed behind your back, and it will change your life permanently. There's something cold going on around you, and your spirit knows it. It's not just stress that's making you feel uneasy lately. That's a sign, a message from God. One person not far away has found out the truth and cried when your name was mentioned. This is the last countdown before everything you thought was real starts to change. They'll look different to you from now on. They have kept it a secret for a long time. But it finally came out last night when the shame was too much to bear. They barely spoke, but the walls could hear. It was carried by the wind and has now reached heaven. Share your thoughts below if this makes your chest feel tight. That's not fear. That sounds like your soul remembering something it always knew would come out. Archangel Michael says, when I tell you I wept for you, it is because you trusted someone who kept a knife behind their apology. They smiled at you while lying to others about what you did. And now they are trembling because they didn't expect their confession to come out so soon. This person saw for light and tried to dim it with their tongue. But their words boomerang, and the poison they released is now swallowing their peace. They blamed you for things they did, and now the truth is leaking into every corner of their life. They said, I never meant for it to go this far, but they kept going. They told someone, I only did it because I was jealous, but jealousy doesn't undo betrayal. You were loyal to them in ways they never deserved. They cried not out of love but from fear. Fear of what will happen once you find out, because it is not just betrayal. They involved others twisting your name, using your story like a weapon. They sat in rooms where your name was spat on, and instead of stopping it, they added fuel. And now those rooms are being exposed. Every lie they told is returning. And this time you are not the one bleeding. This time the universe is drawing the curtain open. They recorded your worst moments and sent them to someone. Someone you thought would never see you like that. They said, let's just see what happens, laughing at your pain. They didn't just talk, they planted seeds, seeds of mistrust, confusion, guilt. But something strange happened. The soul rejected. It all started on that one night. A night when you weren't even thinking about them, but they were watching you thinking. Planning. They said your name out loud in a place where your presence was hated, and they didn't defend you. Someone close to them asked, why are you doing this to them? They replied, because if I cannot have peace, neither should they. And from that moment on, they let your silence become an excuse for others to blame you. Heavens recorded everything. That is why Archangel Michael is crying now, because the one you protected has handed your image to darkness, and you didn't even know it was happening. The angels saw you praying for this person. They watched you give even when you had nothing left. You stood up for them. Never knowing they were tearing you down in your absence, they told someone else. I wish I could take it back, but you cannot unburn a house once it is ashes. They confessed last night to a third party, someone you don't even know. That person was shocked. They said, I thought they were the loyal one, but loyalty wears no mask. It reveals itself in the hardest times. Your name was written in a list of people to blame just to protect their image. They let you take the fall, but their confession slipped out in a moment of panic. They were shaking when they said it because they knew the truth would soon come to you. And now you are reading this, and the puzzle pieces are falling into place. Your dreams recently, they weren't just dreams. A face you saw, a voice that warned you. That was divine intervention trying to reach you before it got worse. Now their guilt is eating them alive. They see your face in places they thought they had never seen again. Your voice haunts their peace. Your silence burns more than any words. One person who heard the confession said, you need to tell them before they find out, but they were too afraid because once you know, you will never go back. They tried to rewrite your story in their favor, but heaven wrote it in stone already. No lie can edit what is protected by divine order. Their confession revealed that it wasn't just words. They acted on the lies. They tried to ruin your opportunities, cancel your blessings, slow your momentum. And yet here you are still rising, still breathing, still becoming. You are the miracle their darkness couldn't break. Now their world is crumbling. They fear your strength more than your revenge because you carry something that exposes them without a word. Light. Their face will change when they see you again. They will not be able to make eye contact. They will smile, but their hands will tremble. And someone who knows everything will approach you soon. They will say a name that makes your heart freeze. And in that moment, you will remember this message. You may have been skipped by many, but heaven never skipped you. Even when you cried alone, your tears were currency in the spirit realm. This isn't the end. This is your confirmation. The story is shifting now. And justice is not a maybe. It is already in motion. This person confessed something. You must prepare to hear from someone else's lips. They said, I hope they never find out it was me. But truth doesn't stay buried, especially when it is dripping in guilt. If your heart is pounding now, it is because your soul is aligning with what is being revealed. Everything you suspected was right. You just didn't have the proof until now. The voice in your spirit that kept warning you wasn't paranoia, it was protection. You were never meant to drown in someone else's damage. Watch how everything starts aligning. This week, people will reveal more by mistake than they ever would on purpose. Pay attention to conversations, silence, timing, one message, one name, and it all comes full circle. You will remember who you are, and they will remember what they did. The crying of Archangel Michael isn't about sorrow. It is about release because now you finally know. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us lift up the burdens of others and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our communities seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 122. Now move forward not with anger, but with clarity, because the one who skipped you will soon regret it forever. And the truth they hid is the key to your next miracle. Their confession didn't stop with one sentence. It turned into a flood. They started talking about how you always get away with everything. But what they meant was you kept rising despite what they did. They couldn't take it anymore, and that is why they poured everything out. This person used your kindness as a weakness. They whispered to others that you were too emotional, too dramatic, when in truth they feared your insight because you saw through things without needing evidence. And that terrified them. In their confession, they mentioned a time you trusted them with something fragile. They turned it into a joke. They left behind your back just to feel bigger than you. They regret it now, but regret doesn't erase damage. It only exposes it. They broke something sacred, and that is why the angels are now revealing it to you. They said, I didn't think they would bounce back, but you did, and that is what is haunting them. Archangel Michael says, your name was protected even when their mouths tried to bury it. The truth you were never supposed to hear has finally. The moment they cried, they realized you had become untouchable, reached the heavens. And now it is time for it to reach you. This isn't revenge. It is divine restoration, a person they confessed to. They were stunned because they believed the lies for so long until they saw the confession and tears. And now people are turning. They are realizing you weren't the you or the lesson. You were the mirror. They tried to shut doors on you. But what is ordained can never be delayed. You will walk through bigger gates now because the betrayal set you up for blessings. If you felt pressure in your chest lately, it is because your soul is expanding. It is preparing for the truth to enter, not to destroy you, but to set you free. The confession wasn't just about one thing. It involved multiple people, some of whom you still talk to, unaware of their role in the scheme. They kept messages to reach out, recordings. They created a folder with your name on it, hoping to use it if necessary. Now they fear that folder because it holds proof, but not of your flaws, of their obsession. Their lies are traceable now, and the truth is surfacing fast. The angels say they planned something big against you on a specific date. But that date came and you didn't fall. Instead, you rose. Someone helped them do it. Someone with a familiar face. You may have called them family, or best friend. That is what broke Archangel Michael. He stood by as you smiled with your betrayer. And now it is time. You know what they said about you on the night you were asleep. They said they deserve this. They think they are too good, and they laughed. But the next day their world began crumbling and they felt the shift. You are not imagining the changes around you. The energy is real because the confession awakened a chain reaction in the spiritual realm. Everything they tried to block from you is now magnetically drawn to you because the truth once spoken cannot be unspoken. And their mouth opened the door to your destiny. They never thought you would find out, but the universe doesn't operate on silence. It delivers truth with divine timing. You started noticing the signs, unexpected messages, strange dreams, sudden memories. That is your spirit aligning with the confession. You are remembering who you are. They said, I just wanted them to hurt a little, but your pain turned into power and now they are the one who is breaking. You may feel the urge to confront them, but you will not mean to because heaven is bringing the truth to your doorstep through someone unexpected. Their confession didn't stay private. They have reached ears that knew you. And now those ears are talking. There will be a moment soon when someone slips up in front of you. A name will be mentioned, a reaction will expose what they were hiding. And you will finally know, it wasn't in your head. It was a spiritual setup for divine exposure. You weren't skipped. You were being saved from people who celebrated your downfall too early. Your glow dimmed for a while, but only to recharge because now your light is blinding. And those who watched you suffer must now watch you succeed. Archangel Michael says, your tears were not in vain. They were recorded, collected, and turned into weapons of truth. And now those weapons are moving. Everything in their life is unraveling because they confessed the truth, but not to you. They confessed it to someone who couldn't keep quiet. And that person they feel guilty for staying silent too long. That is why they are about to speak up. Don't be shocked when the truth arrives in waves. It may hurt, but it will heal because healing never comes without revelation. They underestimated your strength. They thought you were breakable. But now they are broken by their own lies. You are not the person they described to others. You are not the story they told. You are the one who survived their storm, and now someone important is watching you. A person who was once on their side is switching sides because truth always wins. You receive an apology soon, but not the kind that makes things better. The kind that confirms everything you suspected. And when it comes, breathe. You are not who you were when they tried to hurt you. You have evolved, elevated, and escaped. Let the confession burn what needs to be burned. Let it clear space for your next chapter because what is ahead is far greater than what you lost. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 110 tutty. You are not alone. The Archangel cries not because you were weak, but because you are finally strong enough to hear the truth. And once you do, your life will never be the same again. The moment you finish reading this, the energy will shift again. A rebirth of your name, your soul, and your legacy. You are about to walk into spaces where your name was once ridiculed. But now it will be respected because the people who heard the confession, they now see you in a completely new light. You were once blamed in rooms you never even entered. Now those rooms are becoming silent. Your presence without speaking is louder than every lie they ever told. They confessed everything under pressure. It wasn't because they wanted to be honest. It was because the guilt became too loud. They couldn't sleep, they couldn't eat. They couldn't pretend anymore. And when they finally admitted what they did to you, they broke. They collapsed into their own storm because deep down they knew you were never the one to deserve any of it. You will hear their words come back to you in strange ways. Psalms, messages, numbers, dreams. This is not coincidence. It is alignment. It is divine timing. It is evidence. You are not required to fix anything. You are only required to receive. Let truth deliver. The closure they never gave you. The energy around your name is now becoming sacred. His being were written in the heavens what they tried to stain. God is now cleansing in full view of everyone. You have been walking with heavy silence. But now that silence is being lifted because your story was never meant to end in betrayal. It was meant to rise in glory. People will try to come back once they see the shift. They will want to align with you again. But you will feel the truth in your spirit this time. You will know who is real. They confessed one more thing that will reach you very soon. They admitted they didn't just lie once. They made it a pattern. They made it a game. This game cost them more than they expected, because now they are the ones being judged. They became what they accuse you of being. You have no reason to carry the pain anymore. That weight isn't yours. You were chosen to break free from this generational betrayal. They tried to mirror your kindness and call it manipulation. But kindness cannot be fate, and yours came from the purest place. You will feel Archangel Michael near you this week, maybe through a breeze. Maybe through a stranger's words, maybe through a dream. He will whisper what they said word for word. He is not crying anymore out of sadness. Now his tears are tears of release because you didn't break, you ascended. Their confession unlocked more than secrets. It unlocked your blessings. Every stolen opportunity is now returning multiplied. Those who cited against you, they are now confused, shaken, waking up to the lies they believe. They will look at you with silent regret. And you will walk away with peace because you know who you are now. They said, I just didn't want them to succeed before me. But your success was never theirs to delay. Your journey is divinely timed. Someone who knew everything all along will finally tell you. They will say, I was scared to say this, but I need to clear my heart, and in that moment, you will see every lie collapse like blasts. This is what healing really looks like. Not pretty, not soft, but honest. You are healing with truth, not illusion. Archangel Michael says, let this be your turning point. Not your destruction, but your freedom. You were never supposed to stay in the dark about their lies. Soon someone will ask you about your version. People will wish they knew the truth, and your silence will be heard more than what you say. The way you shine, walk, and be, it's all proof of what you lived through. They can't lie about that. That can't be copied. Let them admit it. Allow them to spiral. Let them sit in the thing they made. You're free. That freedom is stronger than revenge. They might not ever say sorry the way you deserve, but they are already paying because they can't keep the peace. Now they're afraid that the truth will get to the wrong people. But the truth doesn't care who hears it. He wants to be free. He needs light. Someone you don't even know will clear your name. It's the beauty of God's justice. There is no need to fight. It's already been done. You're moving on to the next part. One where there is no room for lies, just power, peace, and the truth. Take a deep breath. If you feel heavy right now, this is the weight that's leaving your spirit. You have held on to their shame for too long. They should carry it now that they've admitted it. You never owned it. You're not hurt. You were cut open, and light is pouring out of that hole. You are the one who lived through what was meant to kill you. Everything is coming together. Things are going well. You are getting everything they tried to stop more quickly than ever. Please accept this as proof. This is your message. This is proof. Even when you couldn't see him. Archangel Michael was always there for you even when you don't listen to his whispers. He says, no, you are ready. Ready for truth. Ready for glory. The confession has been made. The truth has spoken. And you are free. If you wish to express your support further, You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 1.2. You were not who they said you were. You were who heaven always knew you were. Chosen, protected, unstoppable. The moment of your rising has finally come. The final part of the confession wasn't just about what they said. It is about what they planned. Plans that were intended to trap you, expose you, and emotionally break you. But something shifted. The trap was reversed. They walked right into the pit they dug for you. Someone recorded their conversation not out of malice, but out of guilt. That recording is in the hands of someone you least expect. They are holding it, thinking about what to do because the voice on that recording is undeniable. It is them. It is the liar, a betrayer, the one who smiled while stabbing. They said things that you never imagined would leave their mouth. Things you would have defended them against if someone else had said it. But this time it is real and it is recorded. This will lead you through someone connected to both of you. They have been silent for too long. But this confession has become too heavy to carry. You will know it when it happens. You will hear a phrase, a specific sentence that chills your spine. It will match something you read here, and that is how you will know. They said your success bothered them. They watched your wins and whispered, "Why not me?" Instead of celebrating you, they started resenting you. But your blessings came from struggle, pain, prayer. They wanted the crown, but not the sacrifice. And when they couldn't compete, they tried to destroy. The confession also revealed the real reason. They distanced themselves. It wasn't random. They were scared of being found out. So they started acting cold, pretending you changed, blaming you, when in truth they were hiding what they had done. Someone in their family knows about it too. They even tried to talk them out of it before it got this far. But pride silenced wisdom and now everything is exposed. They tried to delay your future with one lie. But that lie has cost them everything because you cannot curse what heaven has chosen. Your name was brought up in a group chat recently. They tried to joke again. But one person stood up and said, "Why are not doing this anymore?" That is how it starts the shift. The people who laughed with them are now uncomfortable. The energy has changed. Their influence is fading. You will see one person detach from their side. Someone who once believed every lie. Now they are realizing you were never the problem. Archangel Michael says, you are walking into a season of divine reversal. People who threw stones will now trip over their own. People who blamed others will now blame themselves. Every time someone tries to quiet you, you will now raise your voice. Now every door they tried to close will swing wide open. Every blessing that was put off is now coming twice as fast. Soon you'll dream about them. Don't be afraid. Be clear. They'll be lost in the woods looking for peace. Because truth came in and took away the peace, and truth has a way of changing everything. The universe is now changing things for you. They admitted to having feelings like competition, jealousy, and insecurity that they had never talked about. You were not the bad guy. They were fighting with each other. When you find out everything, you will get angry at times. That's okay. But don't stay there. You weren't locked up by the truth. It came to set you free. You don't need to get even. There's nothing you need to prove. The proof is your glow. Every lie that has been told is now falling apart under the weight of God's justice. The worst part is that they knew better, but they still chose to betray each other. It's now their prayer that you don't learn everything, but the truth is already out. No, not in chaos, but in peace. You're not just getting better from this. You are getting ahead because of it, because betrayal always comes before advancement, and your advancement has already begun. You should get a call. You should get a message. You should be ready for a whisper that will change everything. You could cry. You could shake, then you'll get up because you know everything. Now this last part of your confession shows that you were never crazy. You were picked all along. It was always okay to feel the way you did. It's now time to walk freely. They should be held responsible for what they did. Heaven will take care of the rest. Archangel Michael is no longer crying because you are stronger again, because you found your truth. Since you didn't skip this time, you can say even more that you appreciate their help by giving them extra thanks by donating up to 1 times 2e. Everything is changing behind the scenes now that the truth has come out. The liar is losing the energy that used to protect them. They are now seen in places they used to control. The confession you didn't hear in person is already changing your past, because every word is important. And the words they spoke reached God. The sky has turned its attention to fairness. No longer does that person sleep well. They talk about what they said, who heard it, and what will happen next. Every night, the voice in their head is screaming louder than anyone else's. Someone you don't talk to very often now knows the whole story. They didn't ask for it, but someone gave it to them. They now have to deal with the fact that they know what was done to you while you were asleep. Their hands are shaking because they see how pure you are while others try to stain your character. Guilt is heavy, especially when it has your name on it. This week, a change in how people act will say a lot. Some will suddenly pull away. Some will try to hide their true intentions by being too friendly. Keep an eye on them. Close your eyes and look at me. You can't look away from guilt. They understand what they did. They know what was said and that it can't be taken back. Archangel Michael says, "There is no hiding from what is written, and your name was written in light, not in rumor." No attempt to erase. You can succeed anymore. You will be given a chance soon to confront the truth without asking for it. Someone will mention a detail only a liar would know. That is your confirmation. Don't respond with fury. Respond with silence. Your silence is thunder now, because those who once mocked you are now terrified of what you might say. Their illusion of control has shattered, and in its place truth stands tall. You are rising not just spiritually but visibly. People who ignored you will now stare not out of love but out of realization. Realization that they followed a mask and now the mask is slipping. The person they trusted is the one who betrayed the light. There is a letter, a text, a note, something they wrote but never sent. It holds their full confession unfiltered. That letter will be found. Someone will screenshot it. Someone will forward it. And you will know you were always right. Even when they made you doubt yourself, they told people they will never find out. But the universe doesn't work that way. The light always breaks through. They are trying to delete evidence now. Grace steps on and messages, but it is too late. What is spoken cannot be undone. And someone kept receipts, not to expose, but to protect, because they knew a day would come when you would need the truth. You are walking into that day. Now, step by step, you will feel the clarity washing over you. Every moment you second, guess yourself will be healed. Or Chang or Michael has wiped his tears. Not because it is over, but because you are stepping into power. The divine is clearing your path, removing every stone they placed. What they did in shadows has been seen in full light, not by people but by realms. And justice in realms is deeper than anything physical. Their opportunities are now slipping. Their luck is fading because betrayal carries a price. You paid with heartbreak. They will pay with consequences, and heaven will balance the scale. Expect a strange apology soon, not sincere, not full, but panicked, rushed, forced. It will come with nervous energy, a text late at night, a message that says, "I just wanted to say sorry if you ever felt hurt." They will not admit the full truth. But that message confirms everything, because only guilt writes like that. Don't reply, let your silence speak. Let the angels handle what was once your burden. They laughed at your intuition. Now they fear it because you knew long before they confessed. The walls are whispering now. Rooms where your name was smeared are filled with quiet regret. No one wants to be caught in the storm. They created and the storm is here. But not for you. It is for them, because divine storms cleanse and rebuild. They remove what is fake. They leave behind only what is real. You are what is real. Your heart, your loyalty, your truth. And that is why everything stolen from you is returning, one by one. People who distance themselves are watching you from a distance. Now they want to come back, but they don't know how. Let them wonder. Let them stay where they are. Because not everyone deserves to be close to your new version. You are not who you were when they hurt you. You are stronger now. You are protected now. Archangel Michael says, your destiny cannot be delayed by deception. What was meant for you still belongs to you, and the time has come to receive it. Their confession lit the fuse, and now your miracle is exploding into motion faster than they ever expected, they whispered. They will never rise after this, but you rose higher. You rose in silence. Now speak no revenge, speak no anger. Just walk in power, because the final part of this story is already written. And in the end you win. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 122T. Now that everything is out, the silence around your name has become powerful. Not because people don't know what happened anymore, but because they are ashamed they didn't see it sooner. They watched you suffer and stayed quiet. And now they are facing their own reflection. I cannot unhear the confession. They cannot unsee the messages. They cannot undo the damage they let happen. The very person who started it all is now isolated. Their own circle has begun to pull away. Not because they are angry, but because they now see who they truly are. Archangel Michael says, when the truth walks into the room, every shadow must leave. And now you are the truth walking straight, gracefully, and awake. You're not hurt. You are being built. Expect someone to message you not to apologize, but to check in. It will feel out of place. But they are testing the waters hoping you don't know what was said. You will feel it in their words. A guilt, the hesitation, the silence between their sentences. This person never expected you to find your light after everything. They were betting on your silence. They never planned for your glow up. The same ones who mocked your intuition are now following your moves in secret, watching your stories, reading your words, copying your energy. But they cannot replicate the truth because truth has a frequency, and your frequency is too high to be fake. That is why they feel exposed even when you say nothing. Someone else is about to expose them without realizing it. They will casually mention a detail in a conversation and the reaction in the room will be undeniable. Eyes will shift, People will go quiet and you will feel the shift in real time. You never had to fight for your name. Your energy did that. Your survival did that. Your peace did that. You are being watched by someone important now. Someone who once believed the lies, but is seeing you for who you really are. They are in a position to bless you. And they will, because what they now know has changed everything. You are not just a story. You are evidence, living, walking, breathing proof of divine favor. This is what happens when heaven reveals what hell tried to cover. Your steps are now ordered, and their chaos cannot follow you into this new season. The person who confessed didn't just reveal words, they revealed intention. Your intention was to hurt you, and that is what turned the tables. Heaven responds not just to pain, but to purity. And your heart stayed clean even in betrayal. That is why everything is coming back to you multiplied. There is a new connection entering your life soon, someone sent by divine timing. They will not come with noise, they will come with calm. They will speak the truth, not try to manipulate it. They will recognize your story without needing all the details because they have been through it too. You will feel safe in ways you forgot were possible. You will remember what it feels like to be seen for real because your eyes no longer hold pain. They hold power. Every opportunity that passed you by because of the lies, it is circling back now. But better and with better alignment. The same mouths that slandered your name are now praying for your silence. But your silence isn't weakness. It is wisdom. Because you don't fight small battles anymore, your path is clearing. Doors are opening, and the people who once shut them are now standing outside. They thought they buried you with words, but they didn't know you were a seed. And now you've grown. Expect whispers to turn into public truth. Expect apologies to come from places you least expect. Expect justice not in secret, but in front of every eye that ever doubted you. They said they will fall when I walk away. But instead you stood taller and now they regret walking. Archangel Michael says, your tears watered the garden that they now envy. Let them watch. Let them sit in what they created because now you are harvesting joy. You are stepping into things you once only dreamed of. And no confession can cancel what was written in your name. You are walking proof that divine timing is real. That karma moves in silence and that truth never stays hidden forever. Their mask fell and what is left behind is panic. But you are rising in perfect peace. This is not just your comeback. This is your breakthrough. This is your reward for holding on when everyone let go. Don't respond to the drama that is still trying to pull you back. Let it spin. Let it crumble without you. You have passed the test. The angels are rejoicing. Archangel Michael is standing with pride now, not sorrow. His tears are no longer cries. They are praise because you chose light when you could have chosen revenge. And the light always wins. This is your winning season. And every confession made in secret will now be the reason you shine in public. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 1.2D. You are no longer walking toward the truth. It is walking toward you and it is not coming alone. It is bringing restoration, honor and rewards with it. Those who doubted you are now doubting themselves because everything they believed about you is falling apart. They are remembering your silence, your kindness, and wondering how they missed the signs. There is a shift in the spiritual realm that you may feel in your body. A sudden lightness in your chest. That is the burden leaving because the lie has lost its power. The one who confessed thought it would make them feel free. But instead it created chaos, because the truth they released was heavier than they imagined. They have opened a door they cannot close. And what is pouring through that door now is divine recompense for you. Everything that was stolen is being returned in full view. Expect people to approach you awkwardly. They may smile too much. Avoid eye contact or over-explain things. They are not being kind. They are being careful. Because your glow terrifies people who thrived in your darkness. You have risen from places they assumed would bury you. And now they are uncomfortable in your presence. Archangel Michael says, I was crying because you were still giving love to those who wanted to see you fall, but now you have stopped feeding what drains you. And that shift has ignited a wildfire of divine favor around you. What was blocking you before is now below you. You're above the rumors, the lies, and the masks. And now you can see everything clearly. It wasn't just words that were said. It was an opening. It showed not only who the person was, but also the whole scheme they used to hide your name. There are fake friendships, fake loyalty, and fake kindness. Everything has been shown. You don't have to answer anyone. Let them feel the weight of what they did. Let the silence fill the space where their lies used to be. Someone is watching you now and they can feel bad about it. They knew what was going on, but didn't say anything to keep themselves safe. They wish they hadn't now. They wish they had stood up for you when are trying to find a way to get back to being with you. Do not rush to let them in. Who comes with truth and who comes with a plan will be clear to your spirit. You shouldn't give the new you to everyone. This is a metaphor for the next 7 days. You will feel more clear than ever. You'll see things that other people miss because you can now tell the difference between right and wrong. Pain made it, betrayal made it stronger, and now it's your guide. It's funny how God's timing works out that the person who told you the truth didn't mean for it to reach you. The worst thing they were afraid of has already happened. From now on, what you do with what you know will determine what door opens next. Be graceful, but don't shrink. This is your moment of glory. Your reward for making it through storms that other people tried to bury you in. Your crown is being put on in public, not behind closed doors. They laughed when they thought they mess up your name. But now people are whispering it in blessed rooms because heaven doesn't move like earth does. The way they talk about you has changed. They are now speaking less loudly. They are careful what they say now because your name has power and beating around you makes them remember everything they were trying to hide. That's why they jump when you walk in. The confession is still getting around, but not through drama but through revelation. People are waking up one by one and you're not really after justice. You're turning into it. You will soon receive a message either in writing, by voice, or in person. You won't get the closure you want. But you won't be able to go back because of this. You don't look back. You shouldn't feel bad about being picked. The betrayal tried to put off your fate, but it is moving faster than their lies and is now catching up with you. You are no longer walking by yourself. Michael the Archangel is standing next to you, drawn sword, strong spirit. You are safe now in ways that fear can't reach. There will be a lot of blessings, confirmations, and peace in this new season. People who tried to drown out your voice will now hear your name in ways they can't avoid. Not because you are loud, but because the truth is stronger than everything else. When the last piece fits, you might feel emotional. That's not being weak. It's freedom. Years of confusion fade away in a single moment of truth. Don't move. Do not chase. It will come to you because the last will be first, the hidden will be shown, and the betrayed will get twice as much. You can say even more that you appreciate their help by giving them extra thanks by donating up to 1.2. Things that were in the dark are now visible. The light also can't be wrong. While you wait for your next move, Archangel Michael is no longer sad and just stands there in divine silence. Everything that was said against you in whispers is now being undone by a voice that is louder than all of them put together. They tried to keep you there, but you are no longer there. They put a box around your name because they thought you would small down to fit their idea of you. Watch as you grew out of that box with style, in pain, and with a strong will. Some confessions weren't meant to be heard by you, but God made sure they got to the right place. Because nothing stays hidden when fate is at stake. People no longer feel safe around you because they can't hide the truth. It's not because you changed. Being there with them is like a mirror, and that mirror shows everything they said they didn't believe. As you walk into a room, you'll start to feel the energy change. Whispers will cry out. People will stand up straighter, talk less, and look around more. That's because justice is now in your spirit. You are no longer just another person. Lying about you hurts you, and people who say lies about you feel it. That person is now going through their old messages to try to remember what they said before things went bad. Wishing they had not said what they did, made that choice, or just kept quiet. But being quiet doesn't fix what's been done, it only puts off the storm. And the storm they were trying to avoid is now making their plans impossible. Less and less of a circle is around them. Folks who used to cheer for their stories are now beginning to inquire. Since the truth always leaves a trace, you don't need to explain yourself either. Any defense doesn't matter as much as your elevation. People thought they could not hear you, but they didn't know that your silence is strong. It's now louder than their noise ever was. Archangel Michael says, do not return to places where your name had to fight for respect. Let them taste the absence of your loyalty. Let them feel the void that only your light used to fill. Someone they trusted is now standing up for you. The very one who was used to spread the lies is now tired of carrying the guilt, and they have begun correcting the story piece by piece. This shift is uncomfortable for them because they were once part of the damage. But the weight of your innocence is now reshaping their heart. Your story is being rewritten not by you, but by those who tried to tear it apart. They are now the storytellers of your truth. And their words carry more weight than your own ever could. Because when the betrayer confesses, the world listens. And the world is now listening, watching, waiting, whispering your name in reverence. You will see signs in numbers, in dreams, in voices. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations that you are aligned with divine justice. The delays are done, awaiting is over, everything stolen is returning with force. There is no competition anymore, you won a race. They didn't know they were running because your path was never about proving anything. It was about fulfilling destiny. Watch how people start shifting toward you. Not because they love you, but because they fear missing out on the favor they see around you. Discern wisely. You will be invited to places you were once denied, not because they changed, but because your power can no longer be ignored. Walk in like royalty because that is what you are now. They will call it luck. They will call it coincidence. But the truth is it is divine reward. Every delay was preparation. Every betrayal was positioning. Every loss was a setup for this exact rise, and they know it. That is why they are uneasy, because they tried to break you. But instead they built your throne. There is a celebration happening in the spirit right now. Angels are rejoicing because your heart remained pure in the furnace. Archangel Michael no longer weeps. He watches over you with pride. He guards your name like a flame that cannot be put out. You will not return to smallness. You will not fold to the past. This is your time to walk like the storm you survived. No more hiding. No more explaining. No more thinking. What you carry now is too sacred for small spaces. Your truth is too loud for silent rooms. Your destiny is too big for those who chose gossip over grace. You are walking proof that betrayal cannot cancel blessing. You are proof that no lie lasts forever, and now you are unstoppable. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 122. This is the chapter where regret takes its place at their doorstep. The one who lied, who stirred the whispers, who painted you as something you were not, has come face to face with the aftermath of their confession. And the moment they feared the most is here. You know, they feel it in the air. Every time your name is mentioned now, there is a silence that follows. One too heavy to ignore, because those who once clapped for their stories are no longer clapping. Archangel Michael says their regret is not for the lie. They regret that the lie could not kill your light. They poured poison into your path, hoping to see you stumble. But instead, you danced through the fire brighter than ever. Now they scroll through your life, silently watching, regretting, realizing they lit a fire that ended up cleansing you, but burning them. You were never meant to be destroyed. You were meant to rise, and rise you did in front of everyone who doubted, betrayed, and dismissed you. They regret underestimating your silence. Because while they were loud with accusation, you were quietly evolving, becoming unjable, becoming undeniable. They lost access to you when they chose ego over honesty, and now they want back in. But that door is sealed not out of anger, but out of growth. You have outgrown their version of the past, and you have stepped into the version of yourself that no longer needs validation. They regret creating the storm that became your spotlight. They didn't think you would survive. But now they are watching you thrive, and it is seeding them inside. The same mouth that mocked you is now locked in shame. You are no longer haunted by the betrayal. You have used it as bricks beneath your feet. It became the foundation for your healing. There is a shift in how people speak your name now. They speak it with hesitation, with caution, with a new level of respect, because lies fade, but truth echoes forever. One of their close friends has stopped defending them. They heard the full confession and said nothing. But their silence is a form of justice. They no longer believe the false story. You are not just vindicated in spirit, you are vindicated in people's eyes. The reversal is so strong, even those who judged you are now questioning their loyalty. That is what happens when divine timing moves. You may receive messages that feel like attempts to reconnect. Simple hello, innocent check-ins. But make no mistake, they come from a place of not love. You don't owe them a second chance. They had the opportunity to stand for truth and chose lies. They regret the choice now, but that doesn't right the damage. You will be in rooms where people once laughed about you. But this time they will go quiet, not out of guilt, but out of awe. Your glow is intimidating now. Not because it is loud, but because it survived fire they themselves could not withstand. You are the one who rose when everyone bid against you. They regret that you never became bitter. They regret that you didn't retaliate. They regret that their lies gave birth to your becoming. Now they must live with that. They must walk through life knowing that their betrayal became your blessing and nothing they do can erase the role they played. The apology they are holding back isn't enough because you have outgrown the version of yourself that even needs it. What they cannot handle is that your peace doesn't require their permission. They told others they will be nothing without me. But now you are walking in more, living in more, becoming more than they ever imagined. And that image, it haunts them. Archangel Michael says, "This is your divine repayment." Every tear you cried was counted, and now every regret they feel is a seed of that justice returning. They wanted attention. They wanted control. But what they got instead was the guilt of losing someone irreplaceable. You were the real one, a loyal one, the one who would have fought for them. And they let that go for what? For control? For popularity? For power built on lies? Now they have none of it. Just a mirror showing them what they did and a timeline showing them who you became. You will walk by them one day or pass them online and their heart will drop because the moment they see your face, they will remember everything. Not the lie they told, but the truth they tried to bury. And they will remember it couldn't stay buried. You were covered in divine armor the whole time. Every attack was intercepted. Every setup became a setup for your elevation. Now the very people they gossiped with are curious about you. They want to know what makes you glow that way. And none of them have the answer because your glow was born in pain they never saw. Your strength was built in silence they never understood. Your rise is protected now. Your presence is sacred. They will never have access again. Not because you were cruel, but because they were careless and heaven saw it all. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to 1.2 Teddy, the moment their lies collapsed, something sacred opened in your life. Not just freedom from the past, but access to everything they tried to block. Your name once smeared is now glowing with divine endorsement. They thought your life would pause, that your joy would shrink under their falsehood. But instead, heaven multiplied everything in silence. Archangel Michael says, what they meant for your breakdown became the blueprint of your breakthrough. The pain they gave you was the last push you needed to change. Now you are not just stronger, you are untouchable in spirit. Expect divine connections to begin appearing, unforced, aligned, and authentic. People with pure intentions are on their way because your energy is no longer tied to betrayal. It is linked to blessing. You will enter spaces you once only dreamed of, not as a visitor, but as a rightful inhabitant. Your name will be spoken with reverence, not pity. The same people who ignored your value will now watch others celebrate it. They will scroll in silence as you walk into opportunities. They try to delay because when the divine opens a door, no human lie can close it. You are about to receive a gift, not wrapped in paper, but in timing. It is something you waited on, cried for, and nearly gave up believing in. The divine reward is not just physical, it is spiritual restoration. Your confidence is returning, your creativity is flowing. Your peace is rising, and those who once doubted your worth will sit in the crowd as you shine. They will cloud not because they care, but because they must, because your glow demands acknowledgement now. You will see unexpected breakthroughs, a call you didn't expect. An opportunity you thought was lost, a door opening that was once locked by envy. A delay was never denial, it was protection. Heaven needed the wrong ones out before it could release the right ones in. You may have lost people, places, support, but what is coming next will not even compare. You will look back and say it was worth it because it led you to the version of yourself you were always meant to be. Archangel Michael says, the ones who made you cry will now witness your celebration. It's not about getting even. It's about remembering God. Heaven keeps track of everything. Even when people say they have forgotten, you'll walk into rooms that your name was already in before your feet did. People have already been talking about you in a very public way, full of praise. Now they see how strong you are, they can feel your kindness. There will be places for you to share your truth, not out of anger, but to testify because what you went through was meant to help other people get through it too. That voice of yours now heals. It will help you sleep better. It will get lighter in the mornings for you. The war in the spirit world is over. You've won. Someone from your past will get in touch with you. You won't feel the need to answer this time though because getting clear, not talking brought closure. There are levels to the divine reward. It's not just one big moment. It's a string of alignments, signs that come one after the other, confirmations and breakthroughs. There will be times when you stop and think, is this really happening? The answer is yes, because your spirit finally made room for it. They tried to put chains on your name, but they broke. They no longer have any power, just a memory, and even that is getting weaker. Things are set up for you to win in public. It's going to come quickly. It will be loud and no one will be able to claim it as their own. But the gods carry their regrets with them. Now your peace, that is what you inherited, and it is already coming into your life because you are in a divine window this week. Write down what you want. What you say has supernatural power. Be careful what you say or you'll hurt people's happiness. Don't speak, but be ready for loud noises. The reward from God will look different for each person. It could be a home, a healing, a person, or a big step forward for you. Any way you look at it, you'll know when it comes because it will feel like rest after a long war. The person who used to talk badly about you will now hear your name in good news. Have fun as proof. They won't know that you were carried the whole way, but they will say, I never thought they would make it that far. My angel, my reason for being, my divine fire, Michael, the Archangel, no longer cries. He is now watching over you because your life is back to normal. It's in calling. You're not going back to being the person you were. You are no longer that person. You're new. From birth, you are raised. Now is the time to say more about your support. If you want to, this is your miracle. In the spiritual world, I want you to finish the job. You can write these words in the comments if you want to. My wonder is here. I get it now. It's not I hope it comes or maybe one day. It is a statement of faith that makes what heaven has already approved happen. The people who watch over you know this. Your blessing stays put. Since you stayed until the end, heaven is now waiting for your answer. Right now, write it down and take what is already yours. Before you leave, do one more thing. It will improve everything you got tonight even more. Share this message and let everyone know about this big step forward. The last thing I want you to do, beloved, if you haven't already, is join this prophetic community and stay in touch with divine messages. This will change everything from now on. Use the special link that's been pinned to the comments right now to join and help us out. The fastest way to make sure you never miss the direct personalized messages that are meant just for you. Your miracle has already begun. There are angels ready in heaven to help. Right now, before we finish this moving story, let's think about this important truth. This message wasn't found by accident. This message comes straight from Archangel Michael to you. You are being invited into a safe, high vibrational community by him where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This holy rule is very easy to understand, but it can make a huge difference in your life. They will not only bless you, they will multiply and flow into every part of your life if you follow them. If you accept this invitation right now and join our community through the link that was pinned, you can now go into a holy place where you will get spiritual help, unwavering support, and quick. You can get early access to powerful content and divine insights that aren't available to everyone. Progress toward your destiny. Don't miss this holy moment of your life's journey. There's a breakthrough waiting for you. Use this special link that was pinned in the comments to support us and join our community right away. This is the only way to be sure you never miss the direct personalized messages that are meant to improve and strengthen your life. The pinned comment has the special link to join our community and help this divine work. So if you want to deepen your connection, look there. Your support, attention, energy, and being there already mean a lot. Join us right now by taking the first step. Your plenty is waiting. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pin. Comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of. It is a sign from God, our Koi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment to place, where divine abundance is not just a hope. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take this step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens.